Rockin Rant number 33. The one thing that keeps new bands from growing a powerful fan base. Coming up next. You're listening to the Ludini Rock and Roll Circus, changing rock history one podcast at a time. You're with the Ludini Rock and Roll Circus. Our website is ludinirockandrollcircus.com. Today is Rockin Rant number 33. The one big mistake that bands are making that keeps them from growing a big, powerful fan base. And no, it's not songwriting. No, it's not touring. No, it's not home recording. No, it's not the internet. No. You're wrong about all that stuff. Let me explain you. I just finished reading this great book called The Art of Asking by Amanda Palmer. Now, if you don't know who Amanda Palmer is, I'm going to put a link to her TED Talk here below, and it's a very good, gives you kind of the big picture, gives you a sort of overall picture of the book in about 13 minutes. So if you don't want to read the whole book, or you don't know if you want to read the book, check out the TED Talk real quick. But she started out as a street performer. She was the 8-foot bride on the street and did that. And, it's some sort of busking, taking, donations to a street performer, and through that started to understand this idea of relationship and community with her fan base, to the point where she was the very first artist to ever raise over $1 million on Kickstarter. It was, at the time, was completely unheard of. And of course, how the world is. She took a lot of hate, and there's a lot of misconceptions about her out there that are completely unfounded. You'll have to look at the TED Talk and possibly read the book to kind of understand all this stuff for yourself. I'm not here to unpack all of that, but there is an overarching idea in everything that she does. As we all know, the music business changed when the internet came along and MP3 and all that stuff happened, and then social media and YouTube happened. All of a sudden, it all changed, and a lot of artists that were relying on doing their music business in a certain way for decades and decades found out that they could no longer do it that way. Amanda has found an alternative that I believe is probably going to be the new way that we're going to all be doing our music. And that is this idea of creating a tight-knit community. In fact, she uses the phrase over and over in the book, tightening the net. And the concept is to get a community of people around you who are interested in what you do, and get them hanging out with each other, get them having fun with each other, get them having fun with you, get them helping each other, talking to each other, opening up to each other, you opening up to them, them opening up to you. This is the new music business. It is not for everybody. And a lot of artists that can't do this or are uncomfortable with this will struggle with this. But this can be very, very powerful. And this is one of the things I am doing. I started doing a year or so ago, took a little break from it because I wasn't sure. I didn't have enough tools yet in my mind. I didn't have my mind around what I was doing well enough. But now that I've gone back into it full force, anybody who's hanging out with me in my private group is seeing that people are talking to each other, and we are building that. And it's actually building pretty quickly. We're getting new people all the time, and people are really having fun with it, and I'm asking your opinions, you're asking my opinions, we're talking back and forth, everybody's excited. This is the way that it's going to be done, I believe, and it is something that if you are a musician, even if you're just a solo artist, or you want to teach guitar, or whatever you want to do, this is something you really need to look into. I would at least tell you to at least look at Amanda Palmer's TED Talk. There is a link here in the notes if you're listening on on one of the apps, or if you're watching it here on YouTube or on Facebook. There's a link below to her TED Talk. Check it out. The big idea though is this idea of community, getting people together, growing a closeness within the group, getting people to know and help each other. And this is the way that you can really make an impact. In fact, just one more thing I'd like to add, that million or so that she raised on Kickstarter was only over about 25,000 fans, which is really impressive for that small a number of people to contribute in that way. So it just goes to show you that there is another way out there, guys. The old music business model may have gone by the wayside a bit, but there are new ways, and this is, I believe, at the forefront of what's happening in the music business today. Guys, you've been listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com's website. If you want to be a part of said community here with me, we are doing that at LouLombardiRocks.com. LouLombardiRocks.com will give you admission right into where it's all happening. And I don't even need your email address. Let's just get in. Let's start hanging out. And if you want to take it deeper, there's more stuff in there. You want to go beyond, but there's some really cool people in there. And I'm really excited. More people are coming in every day. And we're having a really good time. And it's a big party. And we're talking about great guitar-driven rock and sharing music. And it's just a really good time. So you can find all about that at LouLombardiRocks.com. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. I'm going to catch you guys all in the next Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.